When creating a song, whether it's the artist himself crafting it or writers and producers capturing the vibe for another artist who the song will be pitched to, it's during this process that there's evolution, such as the lyrics being changed, production being switched around, and maybe even the song taking a whole new form than what it originally started. And there's also cases where the title even gets changed as well, something that the artist does, the label, or there could be other reasons why this happens, which is what I'm going to share in this video. I'm going to share pop songs that you may know or remember, but you didn't know that it had an original name. So let's start with Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, a song that Kate has described about a man and a woman making a deal with God to switch places to see what each other is like and just fully understand each other. So originally the song was going to be titled A Deal with God, but because she named it that way, she was told by the label that it wouldn't get played in any of the religious countries and it might even get blocked just with having God in the title. So Kate talked about this in a 1992 radio documentary where she thought it was ridiculous at the time because the title was a huge part of the song. Even though she was not happy about it, she just went ahead and decided to change it since she had worked on this album for 2 to 3 years and it wasn't going to get played because of this song, so she just went ahead and changed it. And she has talked about saying that she does regret doing this. But when you think about the time period, because this was the 80s when she released this song, the song probably wouldn't have been as successful if she would have left it that title. But she has said that even in that interview and even when she got interviewed years later, to her the song is still known as A Deal with God. Work From Home by Fifth Harmony. Originally the song was going to be titled Work, but because Rihanna released her song Work in January of that same year while they were preparing to release this song, they went ahead and decided to add From Home to Work so they wouldn't have the same song title as Rihanna and it wouldn't cause any confusion. Which it's a fun fact that Dinah Jane of Fifth Harmony shared during an interview she had with Billboard on February 2016. Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. So this song Billie released towards the end of 2019. It was about a nightmare that she had where she ended her life and nobody cared, not even her best friends, people she worked with, or even her fans. And while her and Phineas were creating the song, they actually called it Nightmare, which this is something that Billie shared during a Beats by Dre video of the making of this song. Speaking of Billie, there was another song titled Happier Than Ever, the 6th single off Billie's 2021 second album that was also titled Happier Than Ever. This one has different meanings and one of them being happier than before. This was also the first song that Billie and Phineas had worked on for the album, and this started around summer 2019 and they ended up finishing it the next summer in 2020. And at the time, during its beginning stages, the song was titled Away From Me, which it's a fun fact that Billie shared with Stormzy in 2021 in an interview she did with ID magazine. And of course during the process, it soon led to it being Happier Than Ever. SOS by the Jonas Brothers, the 3rd single off the Jonas Brothers 2007 self-titled second album. So 15 years later, after it was released in 2022, in celebration of the anniversary, Nick Jonas did a TikTok that had fun facts about the song, such as him writing it at the age of 13 in a hotel in New York. Further in the video, he did share that it had an original name that was actually titled A Call Never Get, but when making the track list to the album, everyone kept calling it SOS, so they just decided to go with that instead. Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. When Benny Blanco was talking about creating this song, which he is a co-writer and he was the producer of this song, well, he's done some interviews about this, but he was on the Harold Stern show in 2024 and he was asked about this song. When recalling the memory, he talked about being on the tour bus from Canada to America. After going to a party, him and Ed started to work on a song together because they were going to be woken up in like 2 hours because they were getting close to the border. So to them it felt pointless to go to sleep if they were already going to wake up in like 2 hours. Instead they decided to just go ahead and write a song. But nothing good was coming out of that, so Benny asked Ed, what's going on in your life? And Ed said, well, I don't really want to talk about what's going on in my life. So then Benny suggested, why don't they just write a song about not wanting to write a song or what's going on in your life? And that's pretty much how this song started. So long story short, the song was originally called Fuck Yourself, and it was Benny who suggested to change it to Love Yourself. And when talking about it in this interview, he said he didn't like to curse in a song unless it was really important for the song to have that. Then a few years later, when Ed had an interview on the Harold Stern show in 2017, he said that he thought about Rihanna for this song because he felt that only she could finish it with it having Fuck Yourself. But then when he started to talk to Justin, he started to also notice that his music started to sound more grown up, and he just thought, well, I think this song will be perfect for him. I think he can finish it. He can make it special. So he ended up just suggesting the song to him.
A zeitgeist time in his career where, you know, he'd fallen out of grace with the public, and he'd had this comeback song that was quite sort of grown up.
Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. So this iconic hit Britney released in 1998, but before it had made history and became the beginning of Britney's musical journey into the industry, according to a Huffington Post in 2025, when explaining John Seabrook's new book of pop music history, he explained originally the song was going to be called Hit Me Baby (One More Time), but Britney's label Jive Records felt uncomfortable about it and they thought it suggested abuse, so they ended up changing the song to Baby One More Time. And the reason why Hit Me was being used is because Max Martin, one of the co-writers in America, at least during this time, Hit Me was used as slang for call me. For example, hit me up. In other words, he thought call me when putting this song together, not actually hit me. Hips Don't Lie by Shakira, another iconic smash hit. Originally the song was actually titled Lips Don't Lie, which in a US Weekly interview uploaded on November 2010, Praz of the Fugees, when talking about the Fugees reunion in 2005 that didn't work out, he revealed that the song that Wyclef was working on at the time was actually meant for the Fugees, you know, Lips Don't Lie at the time, but Lauryn Hill didn't like it, and at that night Charlie Walk, who was the president of Epic at that time, called Praz about doing a remix with Shakira. Charlie ended up going to the studio, he made the song more like Shakira, and after 6 hours he loved it. Now, as for how the song got its new name, well, in 2006, Shakira told Women's Health magazine that she named the song Hips Don't Lie because when she was in the studio, her hips started to move when she knew a song was done and was ready to be taken out of the oven. So before we get to the final three, here's some honorable mentions of other pop songs that were named differently before they were released. Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae. Originally, Addison was gonna call the song Backseat, but after she played the song for Charli XCX, who suggested to call it Diet Pepsi, she ended up changing it. 8 by Billie was originally titled See Through, that she actually premiered back on August 2017, which got changed to 8 for her 2019 album When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, which Billie did confirm by liking an Instagram post. The Black Dog by Taylor Swift, that started off as Old Habits Die Screaming, which this is a fun fact that she shared in a voice memo. There's also Girl Gone Wild by Madonna, which originally was going to be titled Girls Gone Wild, and this was something that was actually revealed in 2012. It was said that Madonna actually had changed the name was because Joe Francis, the founder of Girls Gone Wild, an entertainment brand, he was making threats to her because in other words, he thought he owned that name, that title, even though there's other songs with that name. But anyways, Guy Oseary, her manager, told TMZ that this was false, and the only reason why she actually changed the name, like made girl singular, was because that was the way that Madonna sang it in the song. There's also Aura by Lady Gaga. So originally it was going to be titled Burqa. Gaga did leak this one under a different username on Gaga Daily, a fan site, and the reason why she did that is because she wanted this to be a single, well, the lead single, and her label didn't want that, so that's why she leaked it. Lastly, there's Consideration by Rihanna featuring SZA. So before Rihanna had gotten this song for her album Anti, the song was actually meant for SZA on her Control album, and it was going to be the centerpiece to it, which was originally titled Luann Johnson. In a 2017 interview she did with ID Magazine, she said that after performing the song for Rihanna and Pharrell during a writing camp, she had to give it up So the song got changed and SZA was a feature on it.
Like, I'll never have anything that's cool again. I'll never make anything that's cool again. And that was so crazy and so wrong. Because it was like the centerpiece to my album at the time. For her, it was just like part of her album. And I was like, please, no. Label-wise, whatever was already done. So it was just a matter of like accepting, and like in hindsight, it was so hard to like go and accept. Now it's like, I'm so glad that happened and that it didn't cost me anything. If anything, I just like gained a bunch from it. And I thank God that I made cool music again, and I don't know why, I just really thought my creativity would just like stop. And like this was like the pinnacle of what I could make. If she has it, then I'll just never be anything.
Also, according to Genius, it's possible this song was going to be called I Doubt It. Goodies by Ciara. So this was the debut single from Ciara that was released in 2004. And originally the song was going to be titled Cookies. Yeah, Cookies, not even kidding. Which Little John, who produced the song, explained the story behind the original name in a video he did for Genius back in 2019. So when talking about this story, he recalled that Ciara and Sean Garrett, when they finished the song, who were two co-writers, they came out with the song showing it to him, and it was titled Cookies. When sharing more about the memory, he said that he remembers him and Shakira Stewart, that they told him that it was terrible and to go back in and change it. They went back in, they changed that one word from cookies to goodies, which when reflecting on it now, John thought it was incredible because he didn't think that changing one word could change that song into a, going from trash to a smash hit.
And if you listen to the lyrics, that's why she said if you're looking for the goodies, they're in the jar, because it was fucking cookie jar.
Wow. I'm never going to be able to hear that song the same again.
Cookies,
man.
bro, my cookies. My cookies. Nah, that ain't it.
Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. Released in 2009, but before it became the smash hit that we know of it today, in an interview that Red One did with Elmo Lovano, uploaded on May 2025, while explaining the story of him and Gaga creating the song on the bus, when it came to deciding what to call it, one of the titles suggested was Steel Romance, until eventually it became Bad Romance. Send My Love parentheses to Your New Lover by Adele, a collaboration that she really wanted to do with Max Martin after listening and loving I Knew You Were Trouble by Taylor Swift on the radio while having lunch with Ryan Tedder. And it was this song that she learned more about Max Martin because Ryan Tedder told her, oh, it's Max, and he also sent her a video of some of his work. When talking to Rolling Stone back in 2015, Adele revealed that Send My Love was originally titled We Ain't Kids No More, but it was last minute that her manager suggested that she changed it, so she went ahead and changed it to Send My Love parentheses to Your New Lover. So did any of these original titles that I did mention in this video surprise you, and if so, which ones? You can share it down below in the comments. If you did like the video, leave a like and also subscribe for more content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.